Good morning, everyone. I think continuing with the beautiful island of Bali, we are today here at Gunung Kawi, which is a 11th century temple and probably a funerary complex. This is the northeast of Ubud in Bali, and that spreads across the river Pakarisan. I hope I pronounced it right, but there are some hidden waterfalls and there is a river that flows from here. It's a nice green and lush complex. If you see, I think there are around three places or three. This whole monument is split into three parts. Probably this is one part where you could see these four big sculptures, which can be thought that belongs to Queen and the king's three sons. There's also an inscription somewhere on that wall which says that this temple was built by the king. We'll go on the other side after some time, where we are going to see around 7 of such sculptures again, and I'll just go there and explain. Sorry, because there's very limited information that I'm getting here, so based on what it seems, I'm just telling it to you. But one thing what I saw common in Bali was that each king was expected to have a part of their life, or probably part of the schedule, to spend some time in meditation or deep penance. So we saw it here, we saw it in Goa Gaja. There is one more place on this sidewards where there is one more cave, and seems like this was the place where the king used to get to deep penance for a couple of months or some days based on his schedule. So let's keep rolling. Again, just in the middle, I was just saying, sorry, I missed that. So the other cave is there, and there's one more here. Now I believe that this was used for some purpose. Mostly, I think, is for meditation or for some priest to stay in. And remind you, everything what we are seeing now was done in the 11th century. So these are more than 1,100 years old. From there, we take the steps. The beautiful river going on, and we keep rolling and just keep walking. Continue rolling, yeah. And these are the other 5. What do you see? So we saw 4 there, 5 are here. What is thought to be is that this place has either the queens or the concubines, or the queen and her 3 sons. Pretty sure it's not the king, so this could be the resting place of the queen and the princess. The important part is that this is very much identical to the other place. It resembles 100%. All the things are kept the way they are supposed to be. Again, I'm not pretty sure, because there are no stop signs here. So there is a temple complex here. We'll go in, but let's first explore this place. '11th century masterpiece, preserved well enough. There's a lot of humidity in Indonesia in general, not just Bali. So you're seeing a lot of algae and these things grow there, but nonetheless it hasn't affected any of these carvings to much extent. We have seen there is some growth here of the algae and the other things, but predominantly everything is restored. Like if I just zoom on one of these things, sorry I'm not able to zoom, camera is not allowing me to do that, but if you're seeing primarily, I think it is very well preserved. They are very much identical. I'm pretty sure they might have a code, but I tried doing that. It still says 3 plus 3 plus 3. So there are 9 structures on the top. Everything seems identical, so I don't think so if we can find anything which shows who is what, until there is something written on or carved somewhere, but we are not allowed to climb after these steps. So let's see. Some water coming in here. Everything is natural, so I like the way the water flow system is done. There are probably proper openings there, so even if there's some water seeps in from the hill, it just passes down and not actually affect the overall structure. Okay, so I think we found one. So there is a sculpture here on the center. If you're seeing something written in there, and that's the only place, if you see, that makes the difference. So that is the place where you identify to which person this thing belongs. So I think that's well preserved. It's partially destroyed here, and I think the remaining three anyways it's destroyed. So probably that was the place where they used to understand which person this complex belongs to. Okay, this is Teju and Nishant. Nishant is a little bit tired because there was too many steps that we had to come down, and we had to climb all the way up back. So this is a temple complex, again beautiful ones. The base are really old, but I think the remaining structure have been rebuilt, but still it's really very beautiful. Each of course, each of this has the same cultural importance of what any other Hindu temple what you see back in India, but something different, something to learn. So we all get to see how religion evolves, the same religion evolves at different places.
We are here at Tir Temple. Tir Temple means holy spring in local language. We need a ritual purifying bath at Tir Temple. First, we need to pray and give flower offerings to God. And then we took holy dips in spring water. And we need to be careful which ones are avoided and which ones to be taken.
Jadi nyamuk.
And this is how the Luba Coffee is prepared.
This one, wait.
Oh, the water is going up.
Yes.
It's going up to there. Water is draining so fast. Yeah, because we use
Creates the vacuum. Which one?
So this is coming without sugar.
Okay.
You can try without sugar first, and then later you can try some. You can put sugar by yourself.
Thank you very much.
This is Luba Coffee.
As Teju said, this is the Luba coffee made through this animal. As I said, I'll just, once we finish drinking this coffee, we will explain you the exact process. But you just saw the whole process of how they make the coffee. Some physics coming in. It's a complimentary mooncake that the Mr. Getting back. So this is that animal luwak. Not sure if it's zooming in properly. So this is one. So they feed the coffee to these animals, to these two animals, and then they poop. They collect the poop, and then they make the coffee. So it's there. Let me show you. And there, if you see, this is the animal droppings. Okay, so this is the droppings. They clean it in hot water, thoroughly clean. Then they open it up. So these are actually just beans. So if you see here, these actually open up and then they get the beans here. So again, different types of coffee. This is, I think it's called Arabic or Arabic. Then
Bali Coffee.
Okay, this is Bali Coffee.
This is the normal
This is roasted coffee. So the lady here is actually roasting them for a long time. They are thoroughly roasted. And then these are the roasted ones.
It's the cocoa.
The powder one. This is the cocoa powder. Nishant is excited to tell this cocoa powder. And this is the coffee, luwak coffee. And this is how the coffee is made. But the most important thing is that animal plays a very important role because the fermentation process is very typical and that actually adds to the coffee. We had it. It was a really strong one. I think an enjoyable drink. So I'm not sure if you can see it. Let me show you. So these are the coffee beans. Some are really ripe. You're seeing it. Where did it go, man? Okay. So
We came to Kintamani. We get to see two mountains. This one is Mount Patur. This is an active volcano. It last erupted in 1968 and can see the lava field very clearly. And the other one is Mount Agung, which is also an active volcano. It is 3000 meters in length and most recently erupted in 2017. And then next we came to Sampong Waterfall. We need to walk this long. There are two waterfalls here.